Pete Carroll was 36 years old when Mike Macdonald was born. Macdonald now 36 himself. Maybe there's somebody being born right now who will eventually replace Mike Macdonald as a head coach 36 years from now. I won't be around to see it happen, most likely. So anyway, what a change from what the Seahawks had. And kudos to Macdonald for wearing a little something from the Andrew Whitworth collection. The hoodie with a jacket over top of it. I'm a big fan, Peter, of no suits and ties at these introductory press conferences. It makes you look wooden. It makes you look stiff. You never wear a suit. Tom Landry's days are over. I like the Macdonald kind of, it's not, is it business casual? I don't know what it is. Hoodie and a jacket a few years ago. You can't pull it off now. Go with it. I like it.
You're right. It's from the Andrew Whitworth collection. The first time he wore that on Thursday Night Football, I'm actually watching it on my phone somewhere, and I said to myself, that doesn't work, Andrew. But evidently it did work because he wore it every day, So
every week, yeah.
Look,
yeah.
Here's the thing that having been around the Ravens some this year, here's the thing you realize about Mike Macdonald. He doesn't speak a lot of effervescent phrases. And quite frankly, he doesn't speak a lot unless he needs to speak. He's a quiet guy. I think he is one of these guys who really impresses you when you sit down and start to talk football. As somebody with the Ravens said, look, you are going to want to work with this guy once you talk to him. And I think what was so interesting in this process, Mike, is that, the way the NFL rules work, if the Ravens had won on Sunday, had won the AFC Championship game, John Schneider and the Seahawks would have had to wait until after the Super Bowl to ever meet with Mike Macdonald. And the question is, do you think that John Schneider and Jody Allen and the Seahawks would have waited 2 weeks? I do. But there is a little cost for waiting 2 weeks in this environment now. Number one, 7 of the other 8 teams that had to totally rebuild their staff would have had a 2-week plus start on filling out the coaching staff. So Mike Macdonald might have been able to, make some deals, and he might have known that Coach X is going to go with me if I get a job. But he would have lost out on some too, because there are teams right now that are saying to coaches, hey, listen, you got this contract in front of you. You got 3 days to sign it. That's it. If you don't sign it, we're looking for somebody else for special teams or offensive line or whatever, because we can't be left at the altar. If you tell us on February 19th that you're going somewhere else. So there's a lot of that going on. But I think that the Seahawks were willing to wait for Mike Macdonald if they had to.
And Macdonald will call the defensive plays for the Seahawks in 2023 as he ran the Ravens defense. First time in NFL history, a defense ranked first in points allowed per game, sacks, and takeaways. We reported yesterday that Ryan Grubb, who had been the Washington offensive coordinator, left the Huskies with Kalen DeBoer for Alabama, under consideration to leave Alabama to come back to Seattle to be the offensive coordinator for Mike Macdonald. It's not finalized yet, under consideration. Rooney Rule applies now to offensive coordinator jobs, so they have interview requirements. But the way I heard it yesterday, it's not a done deal, but it's moving in that direction, that Ryan Grubb, just a few weeks after packing up and moving out of Washington, will be moving back, most likely, to the state that he just left, Peter.
Well, Mike, I think at this time of year, it's very advisable for coaches in demand to rent and not buy, and to keep a suitcase handy. I know people out there don't really care, don't understand, but this is a time in the coaching business of tremendous stress, because so many guys out there don't know where they're going to be or don't even know if they're going to get a job. So that's case one.
Well, that's right. And it's a lot of moving parts as these staffs get finalized. And the later you hire the coach, the harder it is to get everybody that you want to get. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.